Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Game. And if this is your first time tuning in, you already know who it is and what it is. It's everybody's favorite nephew Q on the mic one time for the one time. And I am joined by my esteemed co-host in the building. I got Dak's biggest supporter, the vice president of the LeBron James fan club. I got Ralph Clay in the building. Go say what's up to the people, Ralph.
You something else, Q. What's up, bro? Let's get to it.
And the Sacramento Kings love it.
Oh, come on now.
Is that
That's
what
my
it is?
squad. We gonna talk about it today. Number 3 in the West.
We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
They get bounced in the first round.
You
What
feel me?
you talking about?
And then who I got right here. If y'all don't know who this is,
That's right.
This is Magic Bishop Don Juan,
The
little
Juan,
brother.
that's right.
If you don't know who Magic Bishop Don Juan is, Google him.
That's
Look him
right.
up.
Look him up.
We ain't got
Look
time
him
to
up.
teach you today, but I got the guy, the legend in the building. Go and say what's happening, be
What's
legend.
going on? I can't wait to get this combo.
We gotta talk
We
about
gotta
it.
do this.
We gotta talk about it.
I want to hear this foolishness.
You want to hear this
I want to
foolishness?
hear this because go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, baby.
No.
No, go.
We got time. We got time.
We got time.
We got time.
We got time. Okay. So since we got time, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with something that's controversial, which is LeBron James. You know, he's a controversial figure. No matter how you want to talk about him, when you want to talk about him. He got injured Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday afternoon against the Mavericks. He hurt a pop in his foot, so he's down for a couple of weeks. Anthony Davis is not playing against the OKC Thunder. So, fellas, I'm going to throw it over to y'all. I'm going to let B cook last on this one.
Now let him cook first.
Nah,
he got faith in his boys.
That's why I need to hear him last. Yeah.
You already know what I'm going to say.
So, with that being said, LeBron James is going to be out a couple of weeks, according to the report. Anthony Davis, we don't know what's going on with him. But are the Lakers' playoff chances done now? Ralph, with 20 games to go. Playoff chances done.
I'm not going to say done, but I think.
Yeah. Don't say
Yeah, I
done.
ain't gonna
And
say
say it
done.
with your chest.
I'm not going to say done. The Lakers are 12th in the West right now. 20 games left. I think y'all still have a shot. It's a slim to none, but y'all got a shot.
A shot.
Hanging on by a hair, you know what I'm saying? But I personally don't think the Lakers will make the playoffs this year. There's 20 games left. LeBron's going to be out several weeks. And there's no telling with AD if he's going to play, if he's not going to play, how many games he will play in these final 20. Still fighting with D'Lo. D'Lo's still fighting injury. So with those 3 key players out, I just don't see the Lakers making a push for the playoffs. If they do make a push, I can see them making it to maybe the 10th spot, 9th spot. Maybe I guess that's a play-in game, so it still gives y'all a chance, but I just don't see the Lakers doing it this year, man. Maybe next year.
I'm looking at the remaining schedule right now. There's a lot of winnable games on here. I mean, you got Chicago twice, you got OKC a couple of times, you got Houston a few times, you got Utah on here a few times, you got Dallas who you just beat.
Who's gonna win the games for y'all?
On here, or if AD plays, then if AD plays, we should win those games with the roster that we have right now.
So let me just say with my answer, it all depends on if AD plays, how long LeBron will be out. It's that simple, honestly.
Right. So you say no. I need a yes. What are their chances of making the playoffs?
Because I feel LeBron won't be back until I say several weeks. I say around maybe March 19th, 22nd, somewhere in that area. That leaves y'all 10 games left when LeBron comes back, and AD so iffy. I'm going to say no.
So you got no for the Lakers making the playoffs. I'm gonna give us.
Give me a percent.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do. I'm gonna give us a 52% chance of making the playoffs. A 52% chance of making the playoffs. B Legend, floor is yours. Take it away, man.
All right. So
Give us some objectivity up in this joint.
So I'm looking at the schedule now. So what I see now, first of all, let's talk about last night's game, for example. Okay.
Go ahead.
Last night's game. All right. They had 26 turnovers. 26 turnovers, right? Memphis shot 19% from the 3-point line. Now,
that's horrible.
if you go back and look at Memphis, right, and you look at the losing streak that they've been on, that's because teams have forced Ja and those guys to shoot, right? this dude Darvin Ham didn't make any adjustment. I mean, he let John Morant score teardrops, 20-something points in the third quarter. I mean,
that was his career high.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, there's no adjustment. No coach is gonna let you dissect them for a whole quarter, let you drop 20-something points with teardrops, and not make any changes. So, that concerns me. But this is the point I'm trying to make. They did that, and they had 26 turnovers. All they needed was a floor general. Right?
They got rid of their floor general.
No, they.
Who? Russell?
I'm just playing. My bad. I know. I'm just playing, bro. I know, bro. I know. I should just shut up. My bad.
So I say all that to say what? Right? Couple things. First of all this stuff is ifs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's why we all talk ifs. So if D'Lo didn't get hurt, right? D'Lo plays in that game. There's a percentage, there's a high percentage LeBron doesn't get hurt in the Dallas game.
Right.
Not saying that
Has he? I thought he's been fighting that injury as far as the foot.
Well, depending on who you talk to. Yeah. Some people say, it was this
playing
foot.
Through it.
No, some people say it was this foot and then he hurt this foot, so it's a different foot. Okay. I don't know, but I think if you had D'Lo on the floor yesterday, you don't have 26 turnovers. Because you got somebody to control the offense. If you watch that game and just some of the turnovers that they had, it was just all over the place. I mean, it was just Dennis Schroeder just threw it.
And then he just stood there like, oh well.
He just stood there, put his hands up. I mean, it was a travesty, right? Anyway, but to get back to your point, I just think that once they get D'Lo back, it'll settle some things down. I think AD, if you look at the schedule here, we've got, in terms of back-to-backs, we've got there's only 2 more back-to-backs for the rest of the season. So I don't think that, and that's normally when he doesn't play, right? They normally sit those guys in back-to-back. So I think there's 2 back-to-backs here for the remainder of the season. So I say when I look at this, I'm thinking they're going to win anywhere from 11 to 13 games on this schedule.
11 to 13 out of 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it may, I mean, that's what I said. I mean, I can count them up. I mean, they're not going to beat Phoenix. So they take those 2 out.
Right.
They probably won't beat the Clippers.
Right.
So that's the third. They probably won't beat Golden State up here. There's a chance Steph Curry won't be back. So that's 4 right there, right?
Keep talking. You talking to me.
Right.
I'm cool.
He wants to hear that.
So let's look at this. Utah, the 2 Utah games, very beatable games. Why do I say this? Because by the time we get down here to April 4th and April 9th playing Utah's going to be out of it. So those are just going to be games they give up. You play Houston twice. Those are wins.
Okay.
Is that guaranteed wins?
Yep.
Guaranteed wins.
Guaranteed. Book it.
Like Charles Brown said, guaranteed. Right?
Book it.
All right. So New Orleans, I still think that's a guaranteed win. I just believe that. I believe that.
Yes, sir.
It's just what I believe. The Memphis game depends. A lot of it just depends. They're coming back to the crib.
Talk to him.
Q's uncle gonna be there for that.
Hey, you think he ain't because he is?
Q's uncle.
You think he ain't because he is?
Q's uncle gonna be there.
Uncle Shay Shay's in the building.
You saw the meme they put up
with the L.
Disrespectful, right?
Disrespect.
Right. So you got Orlando. I think they're gonna win that. I think Chicago. Those will be tough games. I think they can win both of those games. I just think that game there, the Oklahoma City game, that's gonna be tough, but they could pull it off. They can go either way. So in the downside,
who's playing in these 13 games?
Well, there's no back-to-backs. So what I'm saying to you is when we look at the back-to-backs here, okay, you got a back-to-back here on the 24th and 25th. So that's Oklahoma City. No, I'm sorry, I looked at that incorrectly. That's not a back-to-back. So the only back-to-back here is the Utah and the Clippers. I've already told you the Clippers, they're going to lose to the Clippers. So we out of that already. You got the 14th and the 15th. New Orleans on the 14th of March. Houston on the 15th of March. AD can play against New Orleans. He ain't got to play against Houston. Dame just drops 71 on them. They don't play on defense.
Somebody, hold on, before you continue on, Al Woods, who's watching the show, he said LeBron's gone and shut down for the season. AD needs to average 40 and 20, and that's not happening.
That ain't happening.
I like Al Woods.
Yeah, Al Woods is right. AD's not going to he's not going to average 40 and 20. He's 100% correct. But you also got to think half these teams, These teams are trash too.
That's what I'm trying to tell.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all we trying to tell you, Ralph. Is these trash?
These teams are trash too. That's
Out
all I'm trying to say.
Out of both trash teams, the Lakers is the better of the trash.
That's all
That's
I'm
it.
trying to say.
Okay. So you said 13 out of 20. You say
I know.
how
I
many out of 20?
make sure I get it correct.
You said 11
I
or
said
13.
11 to 13.
11 to 13. Okay. How many do you say out of 20? Come on,
He
kid.
said 52%. So
I'm gonna go with 11 then. I'm gonna go with
you're
11.
gonna go with 11.
I want-
What you gonna
I
say?
want the whole BTG nation to understand these are two Lakers fans, right? Well, we have a LeBron fan and a Lakers
No,
fan.
you said it right the first time. you said it right the first time. You got two Lakers fans in here.
7 to 8 out of 20.
7 to 8.
7 to 8 games?
You think they only win in 7 to 8?
Especially if LeBron and AD's not playing. I'm not
Listen,
being
man.
disrespectful. I'm just saying.
Look at the standings right
All
now.
right.
Look at the
This boy
standings.
said 7 to 8, and
Maybe
we
so.
disrespectful.
Listen, look at
Kings is the only thing that
look how
matters in
close the
the state of
standings
California.
are right here. Mavericks are 32 and 31. Timberwolves 32 and 32. Jazz 31
All I'm saying
32.
is, but y'all gotta win.
But they're gonna win by default on some of these games.
Without your key cog, y'all gonna
But
win these games by
The only
default.
key card that you mentioned is LeBron.
LeBron.
Is AD gonna play? He's
Yeah,
not
he's
playing
gonna
tonight.
play.
He
I'm
gonna
saying
play.
He's not gonna play back to back games. Look at it.
Maybe y'all got some inside info.
Don't worry about what we got. Don't worry about what we got.
All you gotta do is look at how it goes. Back to back game. He
Okay.
played Memphis.
Okay.
If you go back and look at how this thing was set up, they already had said that even LeBron, those guys are only gonna play one of these two games.
Mm-hmm.
So they're only looking at going 2 out of 3.
Okay.
I'm
We
just saying.
on the Facebook live feed that we have going on right now, we got a lot of Lakers won't make the playoffs, and this is coming from a Lakers fan that
Come
was.
on now.
Hope I said your name right. Benny Hatchett, Omar Petit. Lakers are done,
Well, they're not Laker fans.
and then
They're Fairweather fans.
is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
All because they said the Lakers won't make the playoffs. They're not Lakers fans there.
That's what I
Can
said.
they be realistic?
No,
So you saying I'm not realistic? But
that's
I'm
what he
saying?
basically said to you,
I'm
G
just
Legend.
saying,
I'm just going off. I'm going off historical information.
I got you.
I'm going over how this play, and I'm also looking at these. Dude, listen, just like tonight, you got New Orleans and the Pelicans play tonight. New Orleans and Trailblazers. Somebody's losing. If LA wins the game, Shay's out tonight.
Lakers in 5. That's what I'm talking about,
If,
Richard.
if LA,
That's what I'm good looking out, Rich. That's
if
what I'm
LA
talking
wins
about.
that game, guess what happens? They jump from 12 to 10,
Okay.
just like that.
If they win the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all right.
It's the biggest if I've
We'll
heard
be
in
in
my
the
life.
chat. We'll be in the chat.
We
We'll
will.
be in the chat
We will.
tomorrow.
will.
Tomorrow.
Actually, tonight.
Win Legend.
9:35 tonight. 10 o'clock
Y'all
tonight.
something else.
I'm blowing your phone up.
Y'all something
And you better
else.
look at the messages.
Oh, I am.
You better look at the
I may
messages.
not respond, but I'll look.
Okay, no.
Wait, are your boys playing tonight?
It don't matter. We solidified. You know what I'm saying? We
You
there.
are solidified.
We there.
You got De'Aaron Fox talking about. I don't give a blank.
We don't
who's
give a
there.
blank
I'm
who's
like-
over there.
I'm like, who is this guy?
You heard him?
This is the same guy that went to the All-Star game and scored how many points?
I don't know. Matter of fact, this is the guy who was a reserve, not a
Was there an
reserve, but
All-Star game?
an alternative.
Was there an All-Star game?
How many points did De'Aaron Fox
Does it
score?
matter?
0.
When did the All-Star game matter?
Sick of it.
You sick of it?
Wasting his time.
Exactly. You said it
You
right.
right.
Wasting my time.
Wasting everybody's time. But we got a caller on the line. Caller, let us know what your name is.
What up, guys? It's Drew.
What's
Drew.
up,
How
bro?
y'all doing?
We got the
What's
world
up, man?
famous, infamous Drew in the building.
Is that my Eagles can fly?
That-
Eagles
that-
fly.
that's who it is.
On the road to victory. Come
Hey,
on, come on.
go ahead, Drew. Let it out, Drew.
Eagle. Come on, Drew. Come on. Come on.
For the touchdown, one.
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah. Hit 'em high and watch those Eagles fly.
Eagles fly.
Yes, sir.
To victory.
Yeah.
Hey, if don't nobody else know the song, Drew knows the song. But Drew, while we got you on the line, tell us, man, what are the Lakers' chances of making the playoffs?
Thank you for calling in, bro.
With the way the West is positioned right now, I think, gosh, there's like a game separating most of these teams from like fourth to out of the playoffs.
That's right.
So, I mean, they got a shot. But with the injuries, I think AD's out tonight. D'Lo is out as well. They're going to have to figure something out, man, because it ain't looking too good.
Vanderbilt, where you at?
Man, I got a couple of things where people was like, I don't care who. Al said, I don't care who wins this year. I just don't want Steph to get number 5.
Oh, that ain't gonna worry. Al, you ain't gotta worry about that. Al. That's easy.
And we got another Lakers fan. His name is Michael. I apologize if I mess up your last name. Panel. He says Lakers are coming up short, and I'm a Lakers fan. Real quick, Drew, while we got you on the line before we let you go, is Joker the runaway MVP?
Shoot, I mean, it's hard to argue against it, man.
That's right.
You know, I don't know anybody who you could really argue has had much of a better season. Of course, I love what Dame's doing, but his team's not winning. So it's hard to put him there. And I just think with the body of work, man, I would like to see somebody else get it this year. I was hoping Embiid would come out strong, but he's just not staying consistent enough this year with the injuries and things. So, yeah, I kind of got to give it to him, man. I don't know who else I could give it to right now.
One last quick thing before we get you out of here. Are we seeing that Pat Mahomes apology letter in the BTG group page tonight?
Yes, I will put the Pat Mahomes apology post in BTG for y'all tonight. And I'm on in the damn group chat, too, okay?
Hey, say less, Drew, man. Say less. We appreciate you for tuning in, Drew.
Yes, sir, y'all. Y'all be good, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Have a good one, man.
Hey, you know, I do want to say this too, Ralph.
Yes, sir.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll get to B Legends thoughts, and we'll also talk about the question that I just asked Drew. Is Joker the runaway MVP this season?
Oh!
They was bumping some Blackstreet, wasn't they?
You feel like a natural queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll take you for a ride.
Yeah,
Come
so
on
they bumping
now.
now. Yeah, Rowdy bumping now.
Do just what you like. Yeah. So what you know about that new edition, Ralph? Raise me off.
My people used to call me Ralph Tresvant back in the day.
Oh, so you can sing?
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
right.
really sing it just because of the name, Ralph.
Is that the man?
Man, ain't buying none of these Jordans, man. See, they bring these pandas back out, though.
Jace.
Yeah, I don't want these pandas.
Everybody's on them right now, man.
They love these pandas.
Okay.
They're all right. I don't know why you just want a pair of black and white shoes. I got a pair, but I want these, though.
Ooh, James said, what if the Lakers make the... James, I see you comment, what if the Lakers make the playoffs without LeBron led by AD? David Green, Grizzlies are too immature to go far in the playoffs. Hey, David, stay tuned. We going to talk about pretenders are contenders in the Western Conference.
He's right. He's 100% correct.
Welcome back to Beyond the Game on WLXU 93.9 FM. Before we get into the next topic, which is Joker, the runaway MVP, let me give 2 shout-outs real quick to my sons. They celebrate birthdays next week.
Yes,
I have one son who celebrates on March the 6th. He will be turning 10. And I have another son who celebrates March the 9th. He will be turning 12. So happy early birthday to Calvin and Lil Q, who are both being raised correctly because they're LeBron James fans. But anyways, let's get on into the proceedings real quick. Is Joker the runaway MVP for this season? Now, I know Drew said, he can't argue with that. Well, Drew, if you're still tuning in, I'm about to argue with that.
Yes, sir. Talk to him.
So I'm going to say, no, he's not the runaway MVP. And here's why. Now, he's been in back-to-back MVPs, correct?
That's correct.
And he's averaging this season less points than he did when he previously won back-to-back, right? His assists are up, so I'll give him that. But he's only averaging 1 more rebound than when he won his first MVP. Oh, matter of fact, he's averaging 1 less rebound than when he won his second MVP. And then his field goal percentage is up, so I'll give him that. Let's talk about the other 2 guys. Giannis and Joel Embiid, because I think it's a 3-person race, honestly. Giannis, he's averaging more points per game than when he won back-to-back. He has the same assists. He's only averaging 1 less rebound than when he won his first MVP, and he's averaging the same amount when he won his second MVP. Everything else is on par, right? Then we go to Joel Embiid. He's having a career year. He's having more points per game than last year when he was the runner-up for the MVP. Same amount of assists. He's averaging more minutes. He has a better field goal percentage than last year, a better free throw percentage, and he's only averaging one less rebound than he did last year when he was the runner-up for the MVP. So how is it these two guys have better numbers than when Giannis won the MVP and when Joel Embiid came in second? Jokic's numbers are down, but yet somehow he's the front runner for the MVP. How?
Easy.
I don't understand. What? Because he got the number one seed?
Easy.
Is that why?
Number one, because he's got the number one seed. Number two, consistency.
So does Milwaukee.
Yeah, Giannis has been hurt. He has. I mean, he's been hurt. Throughout the year, he's been hurt. And
okay, so
hold on.
Giannis has played 49 to his 55. I mean, we splitting hairs.
Just saying. And wait a minute. Let me see something. Let me look at this.
Go look at it. Go look at it.
And then on top of that, Embiid, dude, you number three in the East.
Wait a minute. When have we knocked players for being a third seed in the playoffs?
Look historically at the guys who most of the time have won the MVP. Most of their teams have been top
These guys are in the top three though.
teams.
Giannis is number one in the East.
Okay. And Joker's what?
Number one.
Okay.
Giannis's numbers are better though.
But it doesn't matter.
You just told me the
It doesn't-
seeding.
No, I did tell you that's part of it.
That's
You're
part.
that you're 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
But Joker's been there the whole season.
55
I'm
to 49
just saying,
games.
I know it don't make. I know.
We talking.
I know.
You act like we talking about Kawhi and Joker. 10 games to
Yeah,
55.
Yeah. Kawhi don't play. That's your guy.
That's Ralph's guy. I don't understand how Kawhi's played 10 seasons and he only has 10,000
That's
points.
not my guy.
Other part to this too. I mean, you gotta look at it. Joker, triple dub. He's a triple dub
On the
guy.
regular.
He's a triple dub guy.
He's making it a regular
He's a
event.
triple dub guy,
And-
man. Big guy, triple
And
dub. He's a
I was
big guy,
told triple doubles don't mean nothing because Russ did it.
Who?
Russ,
Who's that?
the guy that's playing with Ralph's squad.
Oh, well, nah, he's look.
So
He don't play for the
big
Kings.
man.
He
So-
don't
big
play for the
man.
Kings.
So now,
Big man, triple double. Big
And-
man. Joel ain't doing that.
he ain't got to.
Giannis not doing that.
What I will argue with against that though,
Troy
And-
Tyler, he said, "Well, how is Jason Tatum not in the mix?" I'll let y'all think
Oh,
about
that's
that
my
one.
guy. TC, what's up, TC?
the only thing I was gonna say head to head.
What?
Embiid is busted
Joker's
Joker's head.
head to
That's
head.
because
Head to head.
Embiid take 80 shots a game.
Let's not make it-
So Joker can't get those same
He
shots?
don't need those shots.
Apparently, if he's getting busted, yeah, he does.
I bet you his efficiency numbers are better than Embiid's. I guarantee you that.
100%.
I
And
guarantee
I
So
you.
think
now we
in that
moving to
play-
go post again.
Guarantee.
that plays a part
And you
in
know
it,
what?
though,
Now, you know what? And that's fair. That's a fair point about Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Because he should be in the conversation.
absolutely.
Conversation,
At least
yeah.
in
He
the
should be
conversation.
In the conversation, yes.
That's fair.
Yes, in the
Because
conversation.
technically Boston has been leading the Eastern Conference
Yes, sir.
the entire year.
Absolutely.
So that is fair.
Yeah,
And
I give him that.
and he's putting up numbers.
With everything they went through this year, losing their head coach at the beginning of the season, people thinking Boston might not be the same team. Boston has
And
stayed
Boston,
afloat.
and Boston will be tough. They'll be
Oh,
tough to
oh,
beat in the playoffs.
Not even to
Yeah.
mention
Yeah.
the squad they have, the experience they have with being in the
No question.
playoffs.
If
So
Tatum shows up in the playoffs.
No, he'll
But,
be
uh,
there. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't start.
If anything, you got to worry about. I'm gonna tell you, you need to worry about James Harden showing up.
Come on now.
No, you don't need to tell me.
James Harden got to show up.
You don't need to tell him
We
either.
said Smith Mello.
It's one other
Yeah,
person.
listen.
The rest of Philadelphia's team got to show up.
Including their
Embiid-
coach.
Come on
Embiid gonna show up,
Including their coach.
but that's about it. That I can guarantee gonna show
Come
up.
on, man.
Tobias
Right.
Harris ain't gonna show up.
None of them.
Tyrese Maxey might
He
show
might
up.
show
I'll
up.
give Tyrese Maxey.
Now,
He is.
now on the Celtics side, they gonna all show up.
Everybody gonna be there.
That's what they gonna do.
Everybody.
That's a fact,
I
right?
like the Celtics in the playoffs.
The Bucks,
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I think it's gonna come down to the Celtics versus the Bucks.
100%.
Depending, that's gonna be a
That's-
fun
that's-
one.
That's gonna be
So
tough.
let me get to these comments real quick. Justin Harris commented, problem being in Denver, got healthy, Murray to change the stats up. I watched Embiid for Maxey, and I'm surprised at how Embiid wastes so much potential by being lazy.
Yes.
It's hard to give MVP to a guy who doesn't play intelligent by choosing threes over getting to the hole.
I hate that. I hate to see big men shooting the three ball.
So my question is to Justin is it Embiid freelancing or is that the offense?
It's the offense. But that's.
I've never seen the Doc Rivers team where the big man is shooting threes, though.
He's never had a big man who could shoot threes.
But what I mean by the offense, I'm not saying the fact that he's shooting threes. I think that's where the freelance comes in. But if you watch Philadelphia play, everything goes through Joel.
As it should.
He touches the ball. And most of the time he touches the ball, he does not touch the ball in the block.
Yeah.
He touches the ball about a free throw line, which is a lot of times, a lot of these big dudes, they don't post up anymore.
That's why Joker can't do nothing with him.
That's
okay. He ain't used to it.
But hey, can Embiid do anything with Joker?
Yeah.
I would say to answer your question, Q, I don't think that the Joker is the runaway MVP. I think right now he's in the number one slot for the MVP. Runner. He's the front runner for the MVP. But like Legend said, bro, Joker's just been consistent, man.
Is he? He's okay.
And that's what I say. People want to hate on the Joker, but man, like
stamp of approval.
Stamp of approval.
That dude.
Numbers don't lie.
That dude's gonna get his third MVP.
He's gonna come in. He's gonna play.
Unless something crazy happens, I just don't see it.
I just don't understand how two other dudes have better numbers, but yet Joker's and Giannis has the number one seed as well, but somehow.
But now. See, because this is gonna fluctuate.
Wait a minute, Denver ain't always had the number one seed.
I mean, they basically been up there.
Listen, look at the notes, Q. At the end of the day,
I ain't looking at no
right here. The West. Who's gonna win the West?
Lakers. So Justin Harris, real quick. Justin Harris, real quick. He says every play Embiid can score if he drives and gets fouled. Embiid does get up for big games. So do y'all think Embiid does get up for big games?
He does, man, but
does he get up? Sure. What does it mean?
It means that when Joker's in town, he getting these buckets.
But the only way he's gonna play the Joker is if it's in the.
I'm talking about a regular.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, Embiid's definitely not gonna be there.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
but you're not gonna say Joker's not gonna be there.
I was getting ready to say that. Nuggets ain't gonna be there either.
Who's gonna beat him?
The Nuggets. Jamal Murray. And that's who's gonna beat the Nuggets.
This guy just pokes the bear.
I thought you were gonna say Lakers gonna beat him.
Nah, we ain't gotta worry about it. Jamal Murray gonna take care of that for us.
The Lakers have beaten them twice this year.
Yeah, they have. As a matter of fact, I don't think they do about that.
Well, y'all better hope y'all play them in the playoffs.
Nah, we better hope.
Nah,
we want the Kings.
We want y'all.
We want the Kings.
Of course y'all do. Of course y'all do.
We can drag y'all like nothing.
Kings in 5.
Lakers in 3.
Come on,
yeah. Lakers in 3.
We want y'all. Actually, we want y'all or we want Memphis.
Yeah, I swear, bro. Y'all egos in LA is so big. We want y'all. Y'all are a terrible team this year. Y'all don't want nobody. Y'all just hope to make the playoffs so y'all don't have to hear people say the Lakers are trash. And again, LeBron did not make the playoffs.
Listen to me. Listen, so we can move on to the next point.
Please.
From a basketball perspective, strictly basketball, let's take all. No, seriously. Let's take all this out of it. If for some odd reason they made the playoffs, nobody wants to see them.
Ooh, the Lakers?
The Lakers.
Nobody is scared of the Lakers, bro. Dude. I don't know what word
you're going to take that call.
I'm about to take this call. Caller, what's your name, man?
What's up, man? It's Troy Collier, man. What up?
Oh, TC. What's up? What's up, TC?
So, TC, go ahead.
No, I told my dog I was gonna call in. I've been listening for like a month, man. I enjoyed the show, man, and I didn't know my dude was doing this, man. Chuck on some big things, man.
Man, don't do that, bro. Don't blow his head up, bro. Do not do that,
I don't
man.
even do that. They know I ain't like that.
Hey, we got 25 to 30 years in, man. That's my dog.
Oh, we need to talk to you off camera about some stories. But before we get into that, I seen you was commenting on the Joker runaway MVP winner. What are your thoughts on Joker? Is he the runaway MVP for this season?
No, I don't think he's a runaway. I mean, I do think he's definitely on the short list. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, I don't think someone should get awarded to win 3 years in a row and haven't been to the finals, let alone a championship.
I like that. That's a good point.
So for me, I think we still got Giannis. He's on that short list. And again, I go back to Jason Tatum. He took his team to the finals, and he's probably playing better this year than last year. And they got the best record in the East. So right now, it's close. I think it's really close with those three. and I would say Joel is right after them three. But I got to give some pub, man, to Giannis and Jason Tatum, man, what they're doing. And Giannis got a ring. Like, he's been consistent. He's also a two-time regular season MVP. So, to me, man, like, I don't think the league has ever had this since Bird. And how many championships did he win in that 3-year span? At least one, I think. And we trying to give a guy another league MVP. And I don't think, did he make – I don't remember how far he got last year.
It was the semifinals?
Did they get bounced by? Who did they get bounced by?
Who did they get
It was
bounced by?
Memphis.
Was it Memphis?
My point, we don't even know. Like, we don't even know. So to award a guy 3 years in a row, not that he ain't talented, not that he ain't nice, but I'm old school, bro. Like, I can't award a guy without winning that chip with 3 years in a row of getting the league MVP. You got to win the chip, man.
Mavericks.
Get to the finals.
I thought the Mavericks beat Phoenix, didn't they?
And I think they beat them in the first round, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they beat Denver in the second round of the Mavericks.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's.
Get to the Western Conference Finals. He got hurt. I'm not putting it all on him. It's not all his fault for sure, because he's holding his load. I'm not anti Joker, but 3 years in a row, I can't see that, man.
Be lazy. Go ahead.
I guess my thing on this though is that the other part that feeds into this is the media.
Hold on. Keep that thought. Hey, Jason, you got a second? Can you hang TC, my bad. Can you hang on for a second with us? All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when I come back, we'll continue this talk and have B Legend go ahead and give his rebuttal on your thoughts about Jason Tatum being an MVP race and all of that. All right? All right. Hey, people watching via Facebook, please feel free to call in.
Call in.
Give
your opinion.
A lot of them don't know the number.
I've been posting in the thing.
Oh,
Feel free to call in. Call in number on Instagram as well. 859-721-5690. Again, the number's 859-721-5690. Drew said MJ couldn't get it in 3 years in a row. They bet not give it to Joker.
Yes, sir.
That couldn't give it. I mean, MJ was MVP every year.
Yeah, from 90 to 98, you could give it to MJ every year.
Yeah.
I'm
glad you finally come around, Q.
I'm a realist.
What?
I ain't gonna doubt that. Like from
when
90,
you want to be.
from 90.
Actually, he could have got it from
88, probably.
88 until he went to the Wizards.
Yeah.
He could have actually got the 2 years he retired.
Even when he wasn't there, because he still won MVP. See, this is why I don't talk to y'all. See what I'm saying? This is why I don't talk to y'all. This is exactly why.
Just in shoe sales alone, he should have got MVP.
You know, the 2 years he was gone.
Come on, man.
Still could have won MVP if you want, keep it 100.
Oh, God.
You need to put more respect. Wearing that shirt, you need to put more respect on Jordan's name.
I'm going to tell y'all
He's
the
a
same.
Worthy fan.
He's
the same person.
Sam Perkins. You already know.
Kenny Smith fan.
That's all I was about to say, Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith fan.
I'm going to ask y'all the same
Sean
thing people
May.
ask me. What's wrong with being number 2?
Who's number 2?
Jordan.
That's why I'll ask you the same question. What's wrong with being number 2? LeBron's number 2, bro.
That's fine.
What's wrong with being number 7?
Is he number 2?
What's
Maybe
wrong?
number 3.
What's wrong with being number 7?
We back on WLXU 93.9. That feel beyond the game. We talking this Joker, the runaway winner. We still have our caller on the line. B Legend, you was about to rebuttal his comment about
No,
Joker.
I wasn't necessarily going to rebuttal his comment. I was
Okay.
just going to say that, the other thing that plays a role in this is the media. I mean, the media, hypes this up. All those guys are getting votes on this too. So they get involved in it. They get their whole little emotion. They look into the statistics and everything else, and they vote into it. And they're not looking, even though the points that TC brings up, those are valid points, but they're not looking at it from that standpoint. They're not going back to look at historically, well, what has Joker done? Has he gotten, these guys to an NBA Finals, to a conference
Because
final?
it's a
Has he
regular
gone
season award.
All they're doing, they're just focusing right here. They had tunnel vision. They're looking at this right here. This year, what has he done? And that's how they're voting. So that's the other side to that too.
So, TC, if I can get you out of here real quick, if you had to put your money down on the MVP winner, who you got?
Boston won 15 in a row, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they 15 in a row. I think they're obviously the hottest team in the league.
Yeah.
Didn't they just get Crowder?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Great pickup. I can't believe teams didn't pick them up. Ridiculous.
It was on
get
trade.
Yeah.
I do agree with Chuck when it comes to the media because Joker checks all the boxes with that. Like he does. Like he don't cause no problems. He's a straight dude. He's obviously very gifted and talented. He fits, I think, what the league wants to portray. But I do think that Jason Tatum and Giannis does too. So for me, it's tough. It's really tough. I'm gonna tell you who I would like to get it is Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
So you putting your money on JT getting it? That's what I want to know. If you had to put any amount of money that mattered to you, go ahead.
But see, and my perspective is different. Who I think's going to get it, is not who I want to get it.
Right.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
I think Joker is probably going to get it because his numbers are ridiculous. I give him that. To me, he's one of them dudes, man, that he's also, I think, the torch passing guy in the league. I think he's the guy for the next 5 to 8 years who can really be that guy. And I think he's proven that he can take this team to the highest level, and he continues to play at a high level. I mean, what are they, 47 and 17 or something like?
Yeah.
Like he's incredible, and I think he should get it, but Joker's probably gonna get it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean they're 44 and 18, you know. But it's just
I'm not giving it to Joker. I'm giving it to Giannis.
yeah.
It'll be Giannis over Tatum.
I mean, again, all valid points. I guess I just look at it from the standpoint that this thing is so media driven.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like the All-Star game is media driven.
Right.
So it all of that plays into a factor, because you got the broadcasters and other guys that have their votes, and then it's just like I said earlier, it's like, oh, here's Joker, he's got, he's getting triple doubles, he's doing this, he's doing that,
Yeah. TC, you got something you want to say to you got Chuck before we get you up out of here, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I got time, bro. Like, I'm chilling. Here's my thing, too, man. Because I'm still, like, again, I'm a Bulls guy, right?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Come on, man. No. I know we got some LeBron and Jordan. I know we got some divisiveness on this show.
Go.
I get it. Thing, man, that to this day, what I think can still play in what's going on this year is I do think that they look and see. I do think that they got an eye on who do we want to portray with that MVP trophy. Because I'm sorry, there is no way Michael Jordan should not have won in 93 and 97.
Come on now.
I don't care what people say. The best player in that league was still MJ. But what did they do? They gave it to Barkley.
Come on, man.
Not to say he didn't deserve it. That's the best record in the league with the Suns. But look what happened. Got beat by MJ. 97. Same thing. You saw best record in the league, whatever. But what happened? They got beat by that dude. So I think the league was like, no, we can't keep giving it to Mike. We can't keep giving it to him. It's easy. I remember Isaiah Thomas on national TV said, how does the best player not win MVP?
Woo!
I do think there's politics in this still. So between Joker, Greek Freak, I don't think Embiid, man, for some reason, I don't think he's like that top guy to the league. I just don't. Even though he gave Joker almost 50 when they played a month ago.
Talk about it.
Yeah, he did.
But I think Jason Tatum has now made himself on that short list with Greek Freak and Joker. And I think the league is going to politically say, we want him to have it. Because I think the numbers are too close. The record's going to be too close. How do you choose? Joker, man. I don't think he's getting 3 years in a row. I don't.
I don't think so either, man.
I think Embiid's best year was last year. I think Embiid
He's having better numbers. He's got better
numbers this year, but I think last year was a year that I would have given it to Embiid.
So you would have did Joker and Embiid Joker is what you saying?
This year it would front runners Joker. If it's not Joker, it would be Giannis to me.
Giannis, you?
I just don't. I mean, again, everybody's got valid points. I just think from a media perspective,
Oh yeah, they know
I just
who
think
they want.
it's perfectly set up
Yeah, they know who they want.
for them to say, give it to Joker, 3 times MVP, 3 times MVP.
Absolutely.
I would go nuts. I know it's a representative award, which I get it. That's what it's for. I understand that. But at the same time, man, the postseason's got to mean something.
Yeah.
Like you can't be the best player in the regular season, but then don't get that ring like Giannis had. Tatum gave him a chance, and to me, I don't know if they're gonna give it to a guy. It's only been done once, right? Since Bird was the only one that.
No, it was somebody else who won it 3 times in a row. I can't think right off the top of my head, but you're right. Bird was the last person to do it though.
50s or 60s?
Yeah, I think it was Bill Russell. That's who it was. Bill Russell won it 3 times as well.
Yeah, of course. But since him, there's only really been one guy that's Larry Bird. You mean to tell me LeBron? I ain't gonna talk about Kobe because that's a travesty what the league did to him. But MJ, Magic, none of them dudes won it 3 years in a row.
Come on, man.
I'll do you even one better. Shaq.
Come on, man.
Nobody. So now we won't give it to Joker.
Are we gonna talk about the?
All
Are we gonna talk about something? Are we gonna leave it? Are we gonna leave it where it is? Are we gonna talk about it? Or are we gonna leave it where it's at?
This is beyond the game.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying the skin color play a part in this at all.
Hold on, before you answer that, TC, I had a question about that. My question was, let me pull it up real quick. My question was, there's been this narrative. I'm checking the time. There's been this narrative that Joker is not stat padding, but Russell Westbrook was stat padding when he won his MVPs. So to piggyback off of what Ralph was saying, do all three y'all? TC, I'm gonna get you on this one first. Do you think race is playing a factor in the MVP race?
Chuck know my background, man.
He's just waiting on
to shy away from that kind of stuff. I will say this. I think image plays a huge factor.
That's it.
And I think the image that the league wants to portray plays. And we all know who I'm talking about.
That's right.
That point guard for the Suns who took 2 in a row. There is no way he should have won 2. I don't think he should have won 1, even though Nash was a bad boy.
They robbed Kobe.
But I think the image at the time that they wanted to portray was someone like him. And I think Jason Tatum, I think Giannis, and I think Joker fits that image. That's why it's a toss-up to me right now. They can pick either one of those 3 and line themselves of what they want to portray as the league. Like, we ain't talking, even though he was cold, we ain't talking AIs and we ain't talking guys like that per se that had a negative perception, which for AI situation, it was wrong, but that was just the truth. They didn't want to deal with cornrows. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
But those 3, man, can live up to the image that they want. I don't really want to play a race in it, and here's why, in a sense. Joker a bad boy.
He is.
He's a bad boy. So I think he kind of fits more of an image than his skin color. I would just put it like that.
Oh man, TC, we preach. You got some.
I think it's because of the makeup of the NBA. If you just look at the percentage, it's majority African American. It's really hard to play the race card.
That's why they enjoying every year that Joker's winning.
It's hard to do that. But what I find very interesting, and I'll leave it at this: if you bring up that question, Ralph, again, you got to go back to, how it's being voted on and who's doing the voting. And then if you look at those demographics, that may answer your question.
Absolutely.
TC, go ahead.
Thank bro. Last and say last. I know I'm taking over y'all show. Think about this as an NBA though, and I know David Stern started off. Adam Silver continues it. The global marketing, which I'm gonna throw this in there, started with MJ. Sorry y'all, MJ is the reason why we go partly.
Yes, sir. I like him, bro. I like him.
Do the league really want to give an international player in a domestic NBA quote unquote league to 5 of the last 5 MVPs are international players? Does the league really want to? Because again, with those top 4, Jason Tatum is the only American born.
That is true.
Don't think for a second. I think they're thinking about that. I'm not saying that's going to sway a vote of who they should vote for, but I think it's that close to the league. Really want to say, man, the best players in our league are not even from America.
I mean,
That's
I'm just
saying a
saying.
lot. That's saying a lot.
It is saying a lot. TC, you since you're a friend of Chuck's, you always more than welcome to call into the show.
Sir.
But before you do, make sure you leave that MJ stuff wherever you at, my man. All right. But nah, all jokes aside, TC, we do appreciate you calling in, my guy.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Man, we're going to take a quick commercial break here on WLXU 93.9 FM Beyond the Game. When we come back, we'll talk about a little NBA pretender, contender, who's faking the funk right now in the regular season and going to come up short and fold in the playoffs when we come
I
back.
can't wait for this one. Start right there.
Not be disrespectful.
Start right there, number 3. Let's go!
How we faking it, bro?
What you talking about?
All we done is play the games that's on the schedule.
Why you think we're talking about you?
You said number 3.
I could be talking about the Simpsons.
Okay.
And Drew, he ain't preaching. He ain't preaching.
Yeah, Drew. He preaching.
He said, "Now don't listen to his BS, TC. We got that MJ life over here."
Yeah, Drew. We are about that
Yes,
MJ
sir.
life. And no question.
No question. LeBron who?
Why y'all? I don't understand why y'all do this. I don't bother nobody.
We ain't bothering
Oh,
you.
Justin Hurst, he makes a point, piggybacking off of TC. He said this says more about the American development system versus international.
I agree.
No, that's true. Can't
But
argue
it's
that.
been like that.
Welcome back to Beyond the Game on WLXU 93.9 FM. Last segment of this evening, we're going to talk a little pretender, contender in the NBA. We got these 4 teams, and I'm about to name off. And please, people who are watching via Facebook, please feel free to chime in what you think about pretender, contender. So we're going to start it off with the Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference. They currently sit at the number 2 seed at 37-23. Ralph, pretender or contender to make it to the NBA Finals?
Pretender.
Ooh, why pretender? You just don't think they just got enough, or is it the attitude? Like what is?
The attitude. Like I said, a lot of people have found a way to shut Memphis down by just making them shoot jump shots. If you take away the driving lanes, they're a totally different team. I just don't see Memphis making it to the finals this year. So,
What in your opinion, what do you think Memphis needs to get to the NBA Finals? Not this season, but
attitude change.
Okay, so it's that. So they're their own worst enemy in your eyes. Okay,
I agree.
be legend.
Memphis, they are definitely pretenders.
Okay.
Just for a number of different reasons. Number 1, I think they're immature.
Yeah.
Number 2, I think they need veteran leadership.
Mm-hmm.
They need someone that can come in, or individuals that can come in and help mentor those guys. I mean, think about some of the off-court stuff that's been going on with Memphis. I mean, it just shows you the level of immaturity there.
They need a Udonis Haslem.
Number 3, more than anything else, they portray themselves to be this bully.
They act like they the 80s Pistons.
Yeah.
That's who they act like. For real, they act like they're the 80s Pistons.
And the last thing I would say, if Ja don't stop doing the stuff that he's doing, he's gonna get hurt. Now he does some fantastic things, fantastic dunks and all that, but he's gonna get hurt.
Somebody gonna catch him one time.
It's not. It's just
We're not advocating for somebody
No.
to do it, but it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen. I
Yeah.
mean, he is doing, and I get it. He's young. He's got that ability. But I just think that there are points in time to do that, and he tries to do it every
You
single
know who we need to talk
time.
to? D Rose. We need to call D Rose. Need to call him and say, "Look, bro, you got all the athleticism in the world, but pace yourself, my guy."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not
This
to,
is what hurt me.
not to say that the same type of injury will happen to him like it happened to Rose, but at the same time, Rose was the same exact.
Just
thing.
Yeah, I mean, a good coach. Listen, real quick, a good coach is going to basically say, "Okay, Memphis, I'm gonna pack this zone, beat me,
Yeah. Shoot
Yep.
me out of the zone.
shoot." Now you got a couple guys that can shoot, Luke Kennard, Bane if he gets on, et cetera, et cetera. But JJ,
I'll take my chances with
I
that.
take my chances with that. I mean,
100%,
Luke
bro.
Kennard's gonna have to shoot me out the gym.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
take my chances with
Ja
that.
doesn't have a jump shot. That's going to be part of his maturation.
Right.
That's going to be part of his development.
Right.
By him getting a jump shot. Once he gets a jump shot, you can't do nothing
Oh,
with
yeah,
it.
he's
No,
gonna be trouble.
if he develops a halfway decent jumper, league's in trouble.
Yeah.
League's in trouble. So let's go to our next contender for the NBA Finals. I'm gonna let Ralph Cook last on this one because I want to make sure I got this in before the show ended. The Sacramento Kings, who
Let's
are
talk
currently,
about it.
and for those who are tuning
Y'all
in
better
right
not be
now for the first
disrespectful.
time, Ralph's a longtime Kings
on,
fan,
man.
so you know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying. He put he got his
My
chest
chest is
poked out. I know,
poked
guess his chest is poked out. They're currently sitting at the 3 seed at 36-25 right now.
Mhm.
They are let's see, in the last 10 games they are 7-3 with a 4-game win streak going on right now. So B Legend, I'm gonna let you cook me first on this. Contender, pretender for the Sacktown Kings.
Well, are they gonna make it to the finals? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna piggyback off of you.
I mean, I'm
I know
just
what
gonna
I'm
be.
saying.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, you know, there's teams that are better than them. So that question that you ask is just, you know, no, they're not gonna make it.
Mm-mm.
Can they make some noise? It's possible.
That'd be like Memphis last year.
Depending on the matchup that they have. I think they're still young too. I think they're up and coming, but I think they're young. I mean, Harrison Barnes gives them some leadership there, veteran leadership.
Absolutely. He's been there, done that.
Yeah, he's going to be there. He's going to help them. I think the matchup is going to be key. Who they play, whether it's first round, second round, if they get out of first round, second round, that's going to be the key. Because the problem with this whole thing, and when you look at these standings, the problem that you got is that you can end up facing the Lakers.
Nobody cares.
We get it. I know you taking Fox's mentality, right? You don't give a blank who.
We don't care
Okay,
who's over
all right,
there.
I got you. You could face the Timberwolves, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you give them the scenarios. Yeah.
You could face Golden State.
A healthy Golden State.
Right.
Without Steph?
No,
Healthy.
with Steph.
Okay.
With Steph. You know, this thing could go. This thing could go either way. Is all I'm trying to get people to understand. And so it's all matchup driven in this thing. So, you know, I think Mike Brown has done a fantastic job with them.
Shout out to Mike Brown, man.
He should get some votes for Coach of the Year for sure. But I just think that it's going to be driven based on
the
matchups and who they play. But are they going to make it to the finals?
No. Ralph, I want to hear your objectivity on this one. I want to see if you're going to turn into a fan or if you're going to be an analyst.
You know, the craziest part, I'm going to be an analyst.
Okay.
And the big thing for me is just watching my team to finally make the playoffs. To watch my team year after year after year after year not make the playoffs, not have nothing to talk about, having to talk about the Lakers and whatever else team is there. So I'm just happy to be
golfing.
Happy for the Kings to be there. But like Legend said, I think the youth of the team is going to hurt them. I just think the inexperience of them not being there is going to hurt them. So I don't think that they'll be an NBA Finals team. Could they? That's a big if. But
they're 2 years away, I say.
But I'm just happy that the Kings are there. So I agree with y'all. The Kings won't be in the finals, but yeah, I'm definitely happy that they're there.
You know, they could.
I want to pick with my heart, but
I know you do. I know you do.
I mean, you know, they could play the Clippers. That's a matchup nightmare. Even though they just beat them the other night. Great game.
You see that game?
Great game.
Ooh-wee.
You know, it's just a matchup thing.
You see Monkey and Fox just put up numbers.
I know. And they shot 60%, but that's neither here nor there. Really quick, last two contender pretenders before we get up out of here. The first one, Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to go ahead and answer this one. Hell no.
Clap your hands.
Because they got Doc Rivers and James Harden. Simple as that. Doc Rivers has the most blown 3-1 leads, and we all know what James Harden don't do in the playoffs. No see.
And I just think with this, the question is, are they going to make the NBA Finals? And I don't see the Sixers making it. I see the Bucks and the Celtics in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. So, yeah, I don't see that happening, man.
No.
I would like to see it though. I would like to see Joel play. I just don't know what James Harden's going to show up, man. No disrespect to James Harden, but
I don't think
we know what James Harden does.
I just don't think, from a basketball perspective, I just don't think that Philadelphia has as much firepower that's needed to beat those two teams.
So you got Harden, Embiid, maybe Tobias Harris, maybe
I'd rather say Maxey over Tobias Harris.
No, I wasn't putting them in order. I'm just saying who could potentially get you buckets, maybe.
I mean, you know, I think they trade, dude.
Yeah, he's zero.
I think they traded away their best defensive player to Portland. You know, and you're gonna need that, you know, come playoff time. You know, because those dudes. I mean, Embiid plays defense, but Harden don't play defense.
He's allergic to it. He breaks out in hives and everything.
So it's real. I mean, just to me, it's just real simple. I mean, it's Boston.
Yeah.
Last one before we get up out of here. Contender, pretender. We just talked about this team. Well, actually, we just talked about this guy's team. The Denver Nuggets. Are they a pretender? And like my guy TC said, they ain't been to the finals. Joker back-to-back MVP winner.
So the MVP, is that a regular season award or is it?
It's a regular
It's a regular
season.
season.
It's a regular
See, the
season.
playoffs don't count.
And that's the thing, when people want to include, I mean, I don't want to take away from your guy's point, but you want to include what he's done in the finals, it don't matter. What did he do in the regular season? That's what the award is based on. So
Well, I'm gonna have TC. You have TC calling in there. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
cut this clip on so you can send it to him.
Yeah.
But Denver Nuggets, contender, pretender. Since Ralph, you was on the road, go ahead, finish it up, man.
contender.
Contender?
I think they're one of the best teams, as it's been proven all season in the West. I will say contender. I can see them in the Western Conference Finals.
No, NBA Finals.
NBA Finals. If I can see them in the Western Conference Finals, I can see them beating any team
In the West.
in the
yeah.
West. So
Okay.
I'll say contender.
All right, legend. Denver Nuggets now contender, pretender. I got your MVP front runner.
Man, this, you got a 7-foot monster over there. I mean, that, even though they can't play on defense either, we're going to find out tonight when they play, when Kevin Durant suits up tonight, we're going to see what it looks like, but you can't judge it on one game.
Not the first game back.
But-
not the first game back.
Again, I think this is all based on matchups.
100%.
And I don't know how this plays out, who the Nuggets match up with.
Put your money down. What you gonna do?
If I just look at it common sense, right? So they'll beat the Trailblazers, they'll beat the Pelicans, they'll beat the Jazz, they'll beat the Lakers. Lakers, even though the Lakers have beat them twice, but I still think they're probably, it's.
We said we don't focus on the past.
Yeah. They'll beat the Timberwolves, the Mavericks. They're sliding. They can't play no defense.
Who are they?
So, you don't know what you're gonna get out of the Warriors. They're always dangerous,
Yes.
right? Because it's see, they're coming up. The Warriors are getting lucky because of who's losing. So they're now number 5. Clippers, I don't know what that is. I don't know what
They got Russ.
They
Russ we
deep.
trust.
They deep, but they got Russell Westbrook. So it's
They deep, but they have Russell
Did you
Westbrook.
watch that?
He's so defeated.
Oh God!
It's like every time I want to defend Russell, it's just like
Hey,
I
man,
can't, man. I
Hey,
can't.
Hey, look.
I can't.
Hey, listen. The Sacramento game, he didn't play, right? He didn't play in overtime. They set him out. I think he fouled out. And then the other game, he didn't play at all. In the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So Ty Lue said, "Okay, we're gonna go ahead and play him." And they put him in the fourth quarter.
What happened? What happened, Legend?
Two straight turnovers. 2 straight turnovers, a fadeaway, a fadeaway in the paint. Then he hit a 3.
Okay.
But then he thought he would hit another one. Then he tried to do a step back 3. I mean,
Real quick, last question before we get out. Over under 5 games until Kawhi has had enough of this.
He's already had
He's
enough.
already
He's
I
already
don't
had
think
enough.
Kawhi signed off on him being signed
Ain't
to
no
the
way. He's
Clippers,
already
so-
had enough. Dude, I think that I'm gonna play this dude in crunch time. I just think that this dude's gonna be, and I hate it, but I think he pouts when he's not playing.
Right.
And when you're in the playoff, you can't have that. You can't have that. I'm not gonna say he's a cancer. I'm not gonna say all those negative things that they said about him. I'm not saying that at all. That's not what I mean.
I don't think he's a bad team.
I don't believe that
I don't
at
think
all.
he's a bad team.
I don't believe any of that.
His style of basketball.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for what they're trying to achieve,
100%.
you can't have that.
We will know how the Clippers feel about him in the playoffs. And what I mean by that is people pay attention in the playoffs to see if Russell Westbrook is playing in the fourth quarter in the playoff game. That will tell you all you need to know about how they feel about Russell
This
Westbrook.
might be the toughest coaching job for Ty Lue. in his
Boy,
career.
but
This might be the
next
toughest.
week,
He can manage Westbrook. That's what he said.
look,
thought he could.
I'm gonna say this right now. Next week,
Next week,
we're
next
gonna
show.
talk about what was in the chat
Uh-huh.
Oh,
with Paul,
come on,
Paul George.
Big
Come on.
Game,
come on,
George.
come on.
And what was that? What was that, Q? So everybody know. So we're gonna touch base on what did he say?
Basically, he let people know that he wasn't going to be the man to lead them to a ring. He's not the guy that you can depend on to lead a team to a ring.
And this came out of his mouth. So we're gonna discuss that.
Came straight out the horse's
We're
mouth.
gonna discuss that next.
Okay.
Talk about what Giannis said.
What did he say?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
The I forgot all about
Oh
the-
yeah, we gotta get to that too.
Real quick, we got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Oh.
What's y'all thoughts on for the people who are tuning in right now? Giannis said, even though it was done in jest and in joking, but even there's a little truth in even some jokes.
Ain't
But
no joke.
There
That
wasn't
wasn't no
a
joke.
It was
That
serious.
was
Okay.
dead serious.
My bad.
All
I'm
facts.
sorry, people. He said, KD, if you want to learn how to lead a team to a ring by yourself, come train with him.
Come on now.
I'll let y'all take it from there.
Hey man, look,
I love the Giannis.
listen,
I'm a KD
look,
fan, but Giannis, I loved every word that you said, my
hey,
brother.
that's the realest thing I've
Come
heard
on, bro.
this year.
Come on.
In the
He said,
NBA, that's the
drop the
realest
mic.
thing that I heard this year.
Drop
That
the
man basically called out KD and said, "Hey man, why you need to learn
Stop joining
how-
super teams.
Stop joining super team and learn how to carry your team.
Come on, man.
Come train with me."
What was they played Boston last year in the playoffs? What was the
4-0 sweep.
Come on.
But anyways, we get ready to get on the batter here. We thank everybody for tuning in for another show, Beyond the Game. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, KY Beyond the Game. If you can't watch us on YouTube, make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast streaming platforms. And we get ready to get on about this thing. As always, treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We're about this thing, y'all. Peace.
Peace.